2020 is a highly significant year in the overall history of the club, with 4 landmark occasions to commemorate. Its direct antecedents, Leeds St John's, formed by the clergy of the town centre church that still stands, and the original Blue and Ambers were formed 150 years ago in 1870, playing their initial games on the Cinder Militia Barracks before moving to Cardigan Fields, that venue commemorated with a blue plaque where McDonald's now stands. With the completion of the palatial Headingley complex on lot 17A of the Cardigan estate 20 years later, St John's were invited to become the football section of the Leeds CFNA and change their name, and faced Manningham in the first game here on the 20th of September 1890, wearing terracotta and green. 5 years after that, the sport celebrated its 125th birthday, Leeds becoming one of the 22 founding clubs of the Northern Union, defeating Lee away 6-3 in the first round of fixtures on the 7th of September 1895. It took a while for Leeds to establish their credentials, helped by the disbanding of the Leeds Parish Church team and their best players coming further north. And in 1910, 90 years ago, the club claimed their first trophy, decisively winning the Challenge Cup at Huddersfield against Hull, the first to go to a replay. How fitting then that the trophy that should adorn the Headingley sideboard once more this year too. The 2020 season will go down in history as one of the most challenging for the sport. But if there has been a ray of hope, it's been in the blooding of so many of the next generation of potential stars. Appropriately, a total of 13 players made their debuts for the Rhinos and were accordingly awarded a heritage number, Sam Walters the latest, claiming 1,466. Enrolment in the Leeds Rugby League Hall of Fame is the highest accolade the club can bestow, which is why the Leeds Rhinos Foundation Heritage Committee made the qualification for inclusion in it so stringent. For the concept to have meaning and be carried on in generations to come, the precedent for eligibility had to be immutable. It is based on 4 criteria, all of which must be met for a player to be deemed worthy of being acknowledged as an immortal. They are: played a minimum of 150 first-team games for Leeds, achieved representative honours during their playing career, have made an exceptional contribution to the sport, and been retired for a minimum of 5 years or sooner, if under exceptional circumstances. No attempt is being made to rank members in terms of status. Those who meet the criteria now and over the course of future years are all equal, acknowledged greatness. To date, 12 players have been formally inducted into the Leeds Rugby League Hall of Fame. 1. John Holmes, the greatest appearance maker for the club, World Cup winner, master in 19 finals and architect of victory in the majority of them. Will have a statue erected to him by the South Stand. 2. Keith McClellan, a magnificent captain of the 1957 Cup run who barely missed a tackle in his career. A try scorer as Leeds beat the Australian tourists in 1956, the only such post-war success. 3. David Ward, inspirational skipper and dynamic hooker who spent 20 years at the club as player and coach, appeared in 14 finals and the inaugural Man of Steel in 1977. 4. Lewis Jones, one of the most sensational signings in the sport's history, the second highest point scorer and goal kicker. His official season total of 496 in 1956-7 is still the greatest haul ever seen. 5. Joe Thompson, the first forward to be selected on 3 Lions tours, a prodigious goal kicker and the first Leeds player to hold 2 Challenge Cup winners' medals. 6. Bev Risman, part of one of the sport's greatest dynasties. His experience at the back transformed Roy Francis's great side of the late 1960s, awarded an OBE for his services to the sport. 7. Jeff Stevenson, the first Leeds player to win the Lance Todd Trophy at Wembley in 1957, the last skipper to lead Great Britain to a Rugby League Series victory over Australia on home soil. 8. Gary Schofield, a world record buy in 1987, bringing the proud local boy home. A tri-poacher supreme, he made 4 tours and was the Golden Boot winner for the best in the world and an OBE. 9. Eric Harris, the greatest finisher in Leeds' history, the Toowoomba ghost of imperceptible acceleration, sensationally scored 392 tries in 383 appearances during the glorious 1930s. 10. Sid Hines, the 1000th player to pull on a Leeds shirt, an Ashes winner and the club's first player coach. He was never on the losing side in 7 finals when in charge. 11. John Atkinson, one of the classiest wingers of his generation, scored magnificent tries on the biggest occasions and stages for both club and country. 12. Barry McDermott, a South Stand cult hero renowned for his uncompromising defence, rallying charges and nurturing of the golden generation.